All right. We are live. Hello, everyone. Are you dealing with some autoimmune conditions, or do you know someone dealing with any autoimmune conditions that are troublesome, difficult to figure out, and not sure what to do to help with that? Today, we're going to talk to you about some strategies, some supplemental strategies that can really help you overcome autoimmune conditions. And listen up, because we have someone here, my co host, who actually has gone through it himself and then helping people for 30 plus years overcome these types of conditions. So stick around. We're going to give you some insights on this. Welcome today to the Prosper Nutrition Show. We want you to prosper and be in health. My name is Jason Steves. I am a nutrition professional at the Nutrition and Health Center, and I'm joined by my co-host Steve Steves, who is a clinical nutritionist and naturopath, and he is out there in the beautiful what is this? What's the area you're in right now, Steve?
Round Rock, Texas.
Round Rock. Okay. It looks like a painting or a picture behind you. It's really beautiful.
I was just back there in that pool area right there where you see my finger is. And they have some astroturf, and I threw out the towel and did some stretching and some mobility exercises. It was refreshing. Just good to get away and get
Yeah,
refreshed,
that's good.
enjoy the beauty of creation.
Great.
And I didn't used to be able to do that, Jason. Part of the building up of the autoimmune disease that I was diagnosed with started out here in the weather in Houston in 1980. So what is that now? 45 years ago? And my first week in Houston, I started sneezing and like, what is wrong with me? I couldn't figure out all these reactions. I'd never experienced that in my life. And I just didn't realize that my lifestyle changed from going from living a sheltered life, college student, having pretty easy and a low in a small community where I went to college, and it was just an easy lifestyle and no stress whatsoever, to a high stress environment, traveling around the Houston area, having to provide your own food, having to get your own place to live in, and then dealing with the stressors of day-to-day work, being put on a chopping block with the work environment of working 60 plus hours a week, and then start get into management. As my health continued to decline, I just started masking symptoms with medication. And when you do that, folks, the inevitable is that your health will decline. You cover up the symptoms that were created to tell you a message that something needs to change, and the only change you're making is throwing a synthetic pharmaceutical pill in your body. You've made a big mistake. I did too. Did it for the longest time. For about 10 years, I lived a very difficult life. And the body continued to degenerate. And by the age, well, of 25, the arthritic symptoms that showed up, Jason, you were in mama's womb.
Mm-hmm.
They told me I have this condition of autoimmune disease called ankylosing spondylitis. It would freeze my spine and make me totally immobile. And I know you've got some pictures, I believe, on your desktop. You might be able to show everybody
Yeah, yeah,
what
I will.
what the inevitable is supposed to look like with that. So I went back to school for the purpose of not fulfilling the outcome of the men in the white coats. They
Yeah.
told me I would be in a wheelchair, but they could manage my disease. And that's what America does. They manage disease conditions. Emergency medicine is a different story. Of course, they do a great job of putting people back together. That would have been me. And you see the fourth guy there, 73, from 47 to 1973,
Over a span of 25 years.
25 years. And I've gone 45 years now and still have the erect, healthy spine. But I started to decay and just learned that obviously exercise and mobility is critical. But I want
Mm-hmm.
to talk about the nutrients that are involved in the connective tissue and getting the tissue to move back into place instead of being humped over and the spine bending
Yeah.
is regular, just like I did for 20, 25 minutes out here on the slab, stretching, moving in the sun, getting the vitamin D out there on a natural road. Ooh, that looks nice.
There's another
Uh,
way, but it's a road less traveled, isn't it?
it is. And it's got some steep inclines, so you got to stay on that road or you're going to get in
But
trouble.
it's a much better road. It's challenging. Any way we go is going to be challenging, but it's a much better way to go. Now you're climbing trees and jumping in lakes and playing with grandkids and exercising with your wife and hanging out with the family,
It
getting
is awesome.
connected
Well,
with
that
the
was a fun trip to
ATG group.
Florida. That is an elite exercise group there. Y'all get in
Yeah.
contact with Jason and learn how to do these functional movements that we learned from the knees over toes guy, Ben
Yep.
Patrick. See
There he
him there
is.
on the far right, and Derek, his partner, on the far left. Another one of his coaches. What
Yep.
was the gentleman's name there in the
Oh, that's Connor. Yeah.
Connor? Yeah, great guy.
Yep.
They're all a good team down there in Florida. But they've got a couple
So
million followers.
one, yeah, one of the things I'd like to share. So we teach that there are principles of health to our clients and anybody that, talks with us about health. So there's a lot of things that are involved in getting healthy, right? Um, Drinking, hydrating yourself, eating well, exercising, managing your stress, like responding to stress in the right way, mentally and physically, sleeping, taking care of that important aspect of faith and family. Where you meditating? Are you praying each day? Are you taking care of the family members that you're responsible for? But today we're really honing in on the supplement component as it has to do with autoimmune conditions. As Steve was mentioning, specifically what he dealt with was an autoimmune condition called ankylosing spondylitis. So we're going to talk about supplements. And when you think of autoimmune conditions, it's related to the immune system, and the immune system is out of order or confused. Another way you could think of it is the immune system is confused. And if someone is confused, what do you do to help them not be confused? Well, you need to make sure they're nourished, and that's something that happens with our immune system, and it's not well nourished. But you also want to make sure that that person is not overly bombarded with things that are bringing them down. That's another thing with our immune systems. We have to be aware of the things in our environment, chemicals and things that are bringing our immune system down. So I wanted to kind of do that quick summary and let everybody know there's a lot of factors involved. But today we're honing in on the supplements as they support the immune system and helping the body to overcome autoimmune conditions.
So,
So,
Jason, if you could,
yeah,
can you pull up the immune bundle from Prosper Nutrition?
yes.
I want to address some of these autoimmune conditions, anything that ends in an itis, bursitis, uh, colitis, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis is what I'm thinking of. Obviously, what the type that I had. The itis families of inflammation, diverticulitis, which a lot of people get diagnosed with. And we are going to be doing a 30-point initiative on educating the vast connection between the digestive system,
Mm,
all of your other 11 body systems, and the uniqueness of the digestive system
hmm.
supporting every link within the body. So as you look at the immune bundle, you'll see some of the nutrients that are involved also in supporting digestion. Cell repair on the far left there is now quercetin repair, which
Ah,
is a very high ORAC value of antioxidant, a type of bioflavonoid, flavonoids and flavanols in there. And what they do is they work concurrently with vitamin C, fully reduce ascorbate vitamin C. Folks, I promise you, if you've never used this vitamin C and you're using something else, make the switch, try it for a month. Just buy the small bottle size if you like, and do your first C flush. We've got the instructions on how to do that to really clear out the bowel where 2/3 of your immune system is located. Again, that digestive tract is a key element that triggers autoimmune disease. So what happens there is you've got the leaky gut where the digestive tract has been damaged from chemicals and toxins, and you want to be able to remove those, and you want to repair the damage that they have caused. So our circulatory support and muscle function need of magnesium power, and that should be taken in conjunction with the choline citrate, the choline max. The choline is a amazing product by itself and how it facilitates the uptake of magnesium to alkalize the body from most people are eating an acidic meal. And the digestive tract by function is acidic. So choline helps to facilitate digestion of fats, elimination of toxic substances, helping the magnesium to take up, I forget what the multiple time amount it is. It's like 5 times of what it can be taken up without choline. So we need choline for that. And you also see within that flyer, Jason just showing that flyer explains the relationship of choline to your central nervous system and the acetylcholine molecules that are necessary for memory and mood and all different types of neurological function. So that's big part of discussion of how the digestive tract is linked to the nervous system. And anyone with anxiety, depression, mood disorders of any kind, you can be pretty sure that there is a significant link with a dysfunction in the digestive tract. So digestive bundle, of course, very helpful for that. But the quercetin repair, which is replacing the cell repair, we just changed the name because more people are familiar with quercetin and its work as a bioflavonoid, flavanol with vitamin C. The magnesium, of course, to enhance cell alkalinity, to drive out acidic toxins, and it acts as a natural chelating agent to bind compounds along with the ascorbate to remove chemical compounds. Shared with Dr. Jaffe yesterday a lead toxicity from a missionary that we had that went to Russia, and how she had a colon that was black from lead poisoning and would not move. It was frozen, couldn't
Mm-hmm.
couldn't eliminate whatsoever. That big bottle of vitamin C that you see there in the middle, she bought 2 bottles of those a week. That's how much vitamin C she needed to move her bowel. Well, eventually she ended up being on about one every month or two, but it took about 3 to 4 months to get all of the lead out. You've heard that term before. Hey, you need to get the lead out. Well, we're all exposed to toxic compounds. The CDC has proven that as a detoxing element. Ascorbate works remarkably to constantly remove toxic metals. And you can see that the B12 is in there for the purpose of activating the bone marrow to make new white blood cells. Your
Mm.
white blood cells contain within them more vitamin C than is in any cell in the body by a multiple of 30 times. So when you fuel regularly with vitamin C, and I learned a little trick from Dr. Jaffe yesterday, a very easy thing to do is put your vitamin C in your water bottles and sip on it all day long. That's what he does, instead of trying to remembering, oh, take my dose at noon or take it at 4 in the afternoon, take it upon rising before bed. I do still take it 4 times a day, and I probably will incorporate that at some point. The wonderful thing is being out here right now where the pollen is really heavy. If this was me 45 years ago with a weaker immune system, a more toxic body, my eyes would be watering. I'd have a tissue in my hand and blowing my nose and itching my eyes and nose. But that histamine response that many of us see that's affected by the environment that triggers other autoimmune response of
Mm-hmm.
inflammation can be easily kept under control with just ascorbate vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that if 95% of our clients, if you could talk to them individually, and that's why we encourage people to come in on blood draw days to meet other clients and their experiences, because the testimonies and experiences are quite remarkable. And I just love hearing people tell their stories. We're all a part of the big story of Jesus coming and creating us, and for a purpose. We were created in Christ Jesus for a workmanship. And I know this one was mine. I was allowed to get really sick so that I could get well with an autoimmune condition that could be reversed by just taking those simple principal steps that Jason shared. And then, of course, really honing in on my supplements. I do not miss my servings of 4 times a day of supplements. And then, of course, eating healthy as we've traveled out here to Round Top. Did I say Round Rock earlier? I meant Round Top is where we're at, um, which is just an hour away from Houston. We've taken a lot of our supplements and natural healthy foods. We brought our own Vitamixer with us and frozen organic fruit to make smoothies. And we brought our own chicken eggs from our backyard. So we're going to go out to dinner tonight. We're looking for a healthy spot and going to be wise in our choices, no matter where we go, but we can still enjoy ourselves. I went to Kingdom Oaks Ranch coming out here yesterday, Jason, and saw the girls out there and that are at the, it was Aubriella, and who's the other gal that helps her in there that's pregnant? She's a precious, so redheaded girl.
Hmm. I don't know.
Harley, named after the motorcycle. Anyway, she's pregnant and uh, able to have fertility through natural means, through nutrition, and it was just a
Right.
sweet time. And Amy posted a video of the store. We encourage people going to stores like this to buy as
Mhm.
many things as you can. So we bought some juices. We bought some of their organic sourdough bread with 3 ingredients, and we've been enjoying that. We had that with our eggs. It's just is making eating healthy, it's just a part of your lifestyle. That's what we love to do. And Amy's now out there stretching and relaxing in the sun. And then she and I are going to go for a walk and do some more exercises and then
It's
head
great.
into town in a little bit for dinner. So
Yeah.
encourage y'all, just get out and enjoy life. It's too short not to. And the blessing of health is there for you. And God gives you more of it when you're out here in creation. Just the
Yeah.
abundance of vitamin D in the sun is a steroid hormone effect that regenerates tissues in your bodies. My nail starts growing more, my fingernails, toenails. Of course, your bones are enhanced in their production of with the intake of vitamin D, with the calcium uptake. We need nature. God made it for us. I hope you can get out there and enjoy it, and especially enjoy nature in its finest formulas with Prosper Nutrition. We've got
Mhm.
what you need better than anything you've ever experienced by
Right.
at least tenfold.
Yeah.
Molecular changes, easy. And most people are getting a negative effect from what they're taking because they've got fillers, binders. They may be using oxide forms or methylated forms that are downstream that are disrupting natural molecular function. Dr. Jaffe's so brilliant. We're so thankful for his wisdom in
Hmm.
prostate nutrition products that
Yeah.
formulated. And the neat thing about it, Jason, is we have such a simple line. We don't have this big
Right.
complex line of supplements.
Yeah.
A simple line that re-energizes cells, cleanses cells, restores cellular function, restores hormonal balance, neurotransmitter function, body systems. Be on the lookout for our digestive discussion coming up all through
Yes.
this year on the link to digestion and your entire uh, sensory systems in the body.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. Folks, Steve's right. We've got an immune bundle. All it's been put together, designed to help you to prosper and be in health in regard to autoimmune conditions, especially that can really turn around if you have a foundation of nutrients coming in every single day through supplements. The supplements, as Steve mentioned, we use dietary supplements. They're all designed to nourish your body. They're not going to stimulate you. They're not going to suppress any functions. It's just going to give your body the nutrients it needs and it can use to build health and build healthy tissues and build healthy hormone balance. And as Steve mentioned, get your digestion in order. So that's what we're here for. We've been taking these formulas and recommending them to our clients at the Nutrition Health Center, our nutrition clinic, for 30 years now. And we started this company so you could experience the difference in these supplements formulas. They're a nutshell. They used to be only available through a nutrition professional. You would have to go to our office or somebody else that had a similar formula and get an appointment before you could get access to them. But you can now, through prospernutrition.com, have access to these supplement formulas. So that's why we're here. And we're a family owned company. So we're here to help you. We're taking the products themselves. We can help you if you have questions or how to take them or anything like that. If you have questions, we want to help you. So thank you. Steve, you have
Jason,
some last words? Go ahead.
yeah, I want to share one more word, uh, piggybacking on what you just said. We started to private label, and some of the companies are doing this, but they also, the ones that are doing it effectively, are doing it with a backup support team like Jason and I are there when you have questions. You can talk to us directly.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that many companies still don't do these professional lines available is because they know that these better quality products require education on how they work.
Mm.
Because you invest in something, it's like investing in a fancy car. You've got a lot of tutorials to figure out how to use that
Yeah.
thing. But with making our fancy body work like it's designed to, these high quality nutrients, once you understand how they work and you get them working in your system, it's like you've been given a new lot in life. It really is. Our nutrition Natalie girl would tell you that. She just life changed for her. I'm gonna get her back on. She's such a hoot to listen to. Some
Yeah.
more interviews would be great with some of those folks that have a great story to tell.
Yeah, well, thanks, Steve. Folks, if you want to get started with the immune bundle or any of the supplements that we talked about today, we've got a code for you. You can get 10% off your next order. The coupon code is today's date 30725 show. You put that in the coupon code area at checkout after you've already selected your supplements you want to order. You go to put them in your cart, you go to checkout. You put that coupon code in the coupon code area. It's designated for that. Type that in there, 30725 show. You'll get 10% off your next order. And that's for those who are here listening now. I appreciate y'all listening through till the end. And thank y'all for just committing to learn and take care of your health and your body. That is so important for our nation, our world, for us to take responsibility of taking care of our health, our own health, because it helps us to have a better relationship with God, better taking care of our families and our communities. So I appreciate you doing this to learn about how to better take care of your health and turn things around. Autoimmune conditions and things associated with autoimmune conditions can be turned around. Steve is a walking testimony. We have other clients who have seen great results in getting their health in order with these health principles and better quality supplements. So thanks
No,
for watching. Steve, thank you
thanks,
so
Jason.
much. Yeah.
No,
Thanks for your input.
I get excited. I feel like we could talk all afternoon, but I want to
Yeah.
put a little teaser out there. Next
Yeah.
week, I want to talk about what happened in the 1980s and the deception involved with AIDS, autoimmune condition of viral disease that is not a death sentence. And we dealt with many in the 90s that had AIDS and HIV positive. And though that's not talked about anymore, and many of you don't even know much about it because you've been living as millennials and Gen X and whatever you're young folks, but we just want to tell you some of the deceptions that were passed around at that time. So I want to talk about next week some of the issues that happened back in the 80s
Just
with
kind of
AIDS.
dispelling the
Yeah. And then we'll tie in
yeah, dispelling the
with COVID. Yeah, that's a good idea.
okay, tying it with yeah, so dispelling the confusion around AIDS, tying it in with how, what's going on with the immune system and COVID and all those factors. And you're saying there's something that happened in the 80s that we need to understand. That's what, or is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I watched a movie about it. It was interesting, and it was about the
Okay.
meds that were used and how they wouldn't allow natural therapies coming in from other countries because the FDA said they weren't approved by them. Unfortunately, the FDA is owned and run by drug companies that are local, and they only want their drugs to be sponsored in this country. So it is a kind of monopoly that pray
Mm,
for Bobby Kennedy that he can break that apart and open up the freedoms for natural health in our country. And then we can get our health back instead of just managing disease and watching our country decline.
great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve. And thank you all for watching. Join us next time on the Prosper Nutrition Show. It's Prosper Nutrition YouTube channel is where we host this show. We are also nutrition professionals and help run the Nutrition and Health Center clinic in Houston, Texas. So those are both our companies. But thanks for watching. We'll see y'all